How did you get revenge on the NCO who made your life hell? Staff Sergeant Blake made my first year at Fort Bragg absolutely miserable. This guy was the definition of a power-tripping NCO. He'd inspect my room 3 times a day looking for dust, write me up for having my boots pointed the wrong direction, once gave me an Article 15 because my wall locker was organized alphabetically instead of by uniform type. The worst part? Everything he did was technically by the book. He knew every regulation, every rule, every tiny detail in the manual. You couldn't fight back because he was never technically wrong. I spent 6 months doing extra duty for the smallest infractions. Missed my sister's wedding because Blake found a wrinkle in my dress uniform the day before my leave started. Denied my leave, said I wasn't maintaining proper standards. My buddies in other platoons couldn't believe it. Their sergeants were strict but fair. Blake was just cruel. He seemed to enjoy watching us suffer. Then I discovered something interesting during a random Saturday when I was pulling extra duty in the company office. I was filing paperwork and came across Blake's training records. Turns out Staff Sergeant Blake hadn't completed his mandatory annual training for sexual harassment prevention, suicide awareness, or cybersecurity. He was 6 months overdue on all of them. In the Army, if you don't complete your mandatory training, you can't get promoted, go on leave, or receive awards. It's taken seriously. But here's the thing. NCOs are supposed to track their own training. Officers assume staff sergeants are responsible enough to keep up with it. Nobody was checking Blake's records because he acted like he had everything together. I did some more digging through the company files. Blake hadn't qualified with his weapon in over a year. Also mandatory. He'd somehow slipped through the cracks, probably because he was so busy inspecting everyone else. I could have reported him directly, but that would have been obvious. Instead, I got creative. Our battalion was preparing for an inspection by the brigade commander. Huge deal. Everyone's career depended on looking good. The commander was known for randomly checking training records and asking soldiers detailed questions. I volunteered to help prepare the inspection binders. Nobody questioned it. I was the guy who did extra duty constantly, so they figured I was trying to brown nose my way into Blake's good graces. I made sure Staff Sergeant Blake's training records were in the front of the NCO section, right where the brigade commander would see them first, highlighted and tabbed for easy reference. Inspection day arrived. The brigade commander was a no-nonsense colonel who'd been in for 28 years. She walked straight to the NCO section and started reviewing records. Staff Sergeant Blake, when did you last complete your mandatory training? I watched Blake's face go pale. He stammered something about being busy with soldier development. The colonel was not impressed. Soldier development starts with leaders maintaining their own standards. You're telling me you've been disciplining soldiers while being non-deployable yourself? Turns out, being overdue on training meant Blake was officially non-deployable. He couldn't go on any missions, couldn't lead anything important. He'd been acting like the perfect NCO while being a complete liability. The colonel pulled him from leadership immediately, gave him 30 days to complete everything or face reduction in rank. Blake spent the next month doing nothing but online training courses and remedial weapons qualification. Our new platoon sergeant was actually reasonable, cared about standards but treated us like human beings instead of robots. Blake never figured out how his records ended up at the front of that binder. He assumed it was random chance. I never told anyone different.